who's as adamant about his or her position as I am about mine, whom you think is sharp. Seriously, we know that. And another thing, we heard him say that... Hey gang, episode number 23 of And Another Thing. I'm Larry Elder. Welcome to the show. And don't forget to become an Eldorado. Go to LarryElder.com, fill out the form, and you will get a free copy of Michael and Me, which is an award-winning feature-length documentary, pro-Second Amendment, where I confront the esteemed director, Michael Moore, and I ask him 3 times how often Americans use guns to defend themselves. And 3 times, well, you'll have to get the documentary to find out how he answers or doesn't answer. Also, I've written my 4th book. It's called Dear Father, Dear Son. Go to LarryElder.com or Amazon.com. and get a copy. I'm working on turning it now into a play, and at that point into something else. But more on that in short order. Now to the show. Since the last time we've spoken, Jason Collins, a NBA player, has come out as gay. He is the first male athlete in any one of the major American professional sports to come out while still actively playing. He's not currently employed right now. He's been in the league 12 years. He's been kind of a journeyman center. Centers can always find employment in the NBA, almost like catchers in baseball, even if you're not a prolific scorer, and he is not. But a competent player. And it's 50-50 as to whether or not he's going to get picked up for his 13th season. If he doesn't, some people will say that he got jacked over because the team ownership decided to exclude him because of possible problems in the locker room or possible problems with other players. But here's the deal. Some people are comparing him coming out to Jackie Robinson breaking the color barrier in the modern major leagues in baseball. I mean, really? I'm not saying it didn't take Jason Collins some degree of bravery to come out, but there wasn't a single team that condemned him, as happened with Jackie Robinson. There wasn't anybody passing around a petition. And given how society is right now, I would dare say this. I would say it probably takes a little bit more guts to come out as an open Republican in today's era than it is to come out as an openly gay person. I'm only being half serious there. And when I say I'm only being half serious, because some players have been hammered for their political beliefs if they're perceived to be conservative. Remember what happened with RG3, the quarterback for the Washington Redskins? When I was growing up, it was either Marvel or DC, and only punks like DC. Marvel was grittier, edgier, grimmer, and Marvel had a sense of chronology. When something happened, it wasn't like the next month that just never happened, and Superman's off on another adventure, and whatever happened that month before never happened. Marvel would say, man, I sure got my butt kicked by that bad guy last month, and it was some sense of continuity. It's like a soap opera, so it's so much better than DC. I don't know how I got on that. Okay. James from Des Moines, Iowa. What do you make of Christi? There are so many things about him that are very appealing. At the same time, I have reservations about him. Mainly because of the coverage I see of him on TV. Is he just another politician, or is that the plan of the media to make him appear that way? James, it's hard for me to answer your questions about Christi, because I feel about him the way I feel about most Republican politicians that purport to be conservatives. Compared to what? I, Larry Elder, believe that the neutron bomb welfare state on this country is Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security, and now Obamacare. They're all bad. And I know at least 3 of them are sacrosanct, even within the Republican Party. And so when I hear people like Christi say things like, we need to strengthen our social safety net, we need to strengthen Social Security, we need to strengthen Medicare and Medicaid. Mitt Romney said the same thing. No, we don't. We need to do away with all of them. Pearl from Inglewood. Why is the greater Muslim population in the United States not standing up in mass and condemning the actions of people doing things in the name of the Muslim religion? Does their silence make them complicit in these terrible actions? Well, Pearl, there are Muslim groups that would say that we've stood up and said the kinds of things that you said. On the other hand, groups like CARE, which appears to be the most prominent pro-Muslim group, and the Muslim Students Association, which is on a lot of campuses, they've been linked with a lot of radical groups. By linked, I'm talking about where they've been investigated or there have been charges made against officials that are involved in these groups as to whether or not they've contributed funds to organizations that get involved in terrorism. The interesting thing about the Muslim population is, I hope you enjoyed this small excerpt. If you want to see the full video, got to be in Eldorado. Go to my website, LarryElder.com, log in, fill out the form. It'll cost you about $4.75 a month, or about the price of a mocha frappuccino latte at your favorite coffee house. As you can tell, I don't like coffee. I'm a tea drinker. See you next time.